Just before we start this week's episode, I'd like to say a special thank you to our newest sponsors, who are Milltown Pies, run by Jonny Russell himself. This podcast actually costs us a little bit of money to run, so he's covering the cost of that, which we're very, very grateful for. Please visit his Facebook, Milltown Pies, or his Twitter, @Milltown Pies. Cheers, Johnny.
Where have you got that from? Seriously?
I think Father Brian gave it me.
Wow, a lot of sense.
Todmorden, send more house to save the house. Come on, the house!
Welcome to Housecast, the only unofficial Lowerhouse or Lancashire League podcast that's not endorsed by Stan Heaton. We did the first episode as a little bit of a pilot to see if people would listen, and it seems to have gone down all right. 394 people have listened to the first episode. 394, Joe.
I only thought it was 900 now.
Well, I uploaded it to SoundCloud, which had 280, and the rest were on YouTube. And we are now on Apple Podcasts, which can't show us how many listens we've had because not many people have listened.
All right.
But
I think I listened on there.
what some of the stats do show us, if you've got a SoundCloud account, it shows us who's listened and when. So Ben Heap has listened to the first episode 4 times from start to finish. So thanks, Ben. Don't know if that gets to sleep at night, something like that, but thank you very much. You'll see we're on iTunes with all of the most famous and most popular podcasts. We've got 5 ratings on there as well, all of 5 stars. So feel free to give us a review on there, good or bad, and tell us why. Unfortunately, our reviews at the moment are 5 stars, but they don't have any context to them. So a bit of context would be
so
great.
nobody's written about them?
No, it's just 5
I was
stars.
waiting, that's what I... All right.
So you wanted a bit of critique, Joe?
Well, I don't know about critique, but I think that it would have been nice to say that was good.
Okay. We brought some guests along with us today. I'll introduce them in a minute, but after episode 1, we had some reviews via Twitter, so I was able to pull them out. Stuart Gaynor said, "I've just listened to it. It was very enjoyable. I will like to appear in a future edition." So that's him inviting himself.
I mean, you could have a scorers episode, couldn't you? I mean,
What, with your dad?
yeah. I mean, you could get I think that would be a really, really amazing thing to listen to.
What questions would you ask?
I've already thought of 10.
Right, okay. Well,
I'd ask Stuart, not my dad.
Jez, get there in your notebook. Okay. What were Christmas number 1 in 1964? And another one, Matt Hope said, "It was fantastic to listen to. The intro brings a lump to my pants, throat. I can't wait for the next one." So I threw in a little bit of intro music. I think we've got a lot more back catalogue we can use from Mark.
Oh, have we?
Yeah, we've got the whole, it's the 20 years since Lowerhouse is our home.
Oh, really? I really enjoy that song.
And I think probably 18 years since Joe Beneduce. Do you have that as your ringtone?
I sung.
You did sing?
I sung that.
Which one was it?
Joe Beneduce. I sung the like operatic bit. I was 10.
You're 28 now?
I'm 25.
Ah,
18 years ago. 2004, like before 15 years ago.
Yeah, like 15 years ago. There you go.
We could do it unplugged, didn't you, one night? Do it again.
Well, I mean, absolutely.
Your tonsils still fit?
Did my tonsils still fit?
Your tongues? Your tuxedo?
Sorry. I don't think I've got one, but I could come in some kind of suit, I think.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Your briefcase?
I have a brown briefcase now, so I don't think it'd match.
Right, okay.
But it was
It's a
fine.
podcast. Nobody can see it.
Live stream. So, like I said, we invited 2 of our guests this week. Obviously, we've got Joe's done most of the talking already. Our usual, usual host, we've done 1 podcast, but we've got Joe and Jez with us, so welcome. We had a good month since we last spoke.
Yeah, Jez has been on holiday.
Yeah.
Well, you might call it a holiday.
What have you been up to,
That's what
Joe?
I'm going to call it. What have I been ill?
You've been ill?
Oh, really?
I've had a chest infection.
Right, okay.
That has now gone on to a chesty cough. I can't really get rid of.
Right. Okay.
And I've gone through all the medicines.
Which has been your favourite medicine?
I'm quite a fan of Benylin.
Benylin?
Yeah, I quite
Is that
like
the adult one or the child's one?
Calpol does still taste the same.
I used to love Calpol as a child. I used to drink it in pints.
Really?
Yeah, I think
That's
that
why you
probably
need
explains a lot now.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I've been ill. But I'm fighting up.
Yeah. Jez, you've got a new addition to the household?
Yeah. We've got a little puppy, Bella the poodle. So we'll wait for her to appear in spring. Get her on the podcast.
Good.
Busy
Taking up a
times.
bit of your time.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But I've plenty of it now.
So, introducing our guests, we've got founder of the Art Caterers, pace bowler extraordinaire. He keeps saying that no one requested him to be on this podcast, and we had at least 4.
Yeah.
Jonny Russell, welcome.
Hello, thank you. Yes, hello.
Hello. Johnny's bought us all some beef bourguignon pies as well.
Yeah.
Award-winning.
Award-winning. Right? When we
Highly commended from the British Pie Awards 2019.
Brilliant.
We'll stick a link to Johnny's actual website in the podcast.
Soon to be available in Lowerhouse Tea Room.
Really? Have you done a deal?
Well, I don't know. Maybe this is a start.
Frank, there you go.
I hope so.
And fresh from just eating his tea, chili con carne, Joe Beneduce. Welcome, Joe.
Hi.
How big a portion was it?
It was substantial.
Okay. So that's a little bit of an introduction. A couple of questions from the audience then about our guests, or for our guests really. How did you end up at Lowerhouse, Johnny?
I'm pretty sure I just live nearby. My mum and dad wanted me out of the house.
Okay.
A lad from up road used to go to cricket and brought me down here. I reckon I were about 9, the first time I came down.
Who brought you? Who was the lad?
Woody, in Woodfield.
All right.
So yeah, I would have thought about 9.
Okay.
I think Jez might have been first team captain when I came down. So back when was that?
Yeah.
Could at any time between 50s and
Yeah.
88.
Yeah, late 40s, early 80s.
Were you always a bowler?
Yes, cry a fair bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I'd probably just an all-rounder when you're younger, you try everything, then I got scared at bowling.
Joe, when did you first start coming down then?
Johnny brought me down. Jonny Russell.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
I went to the same school as Johnny. We were in the same form. We were in the same form. Same set. We were in different football teams for sure. But we were mates. I don't know, we seemed to be mates from before we got to Ted's.
We just, I can tell you when kind of around the time we first met, were probably junior clarets, like under 9s, something like we started training. Because I always remember, because I went down, I can't remember the exact first time I saw it, but all I remember is we're all there. You weren't like to start football clubs till you were like 8 then. So you all went to 8, you all went down there and checking each other out and stuff. And Joe came on like, this lad must be a great footballer. Yeah. As soon as I saw him, I thought, this lad has got to be sort of cheese. More like 9, yeah. But anyway, it turned out he was just really small for his age. So
back to cricket. I didn't have any affiliation with any club. Got to Ted's, played a bit of cricket at school. Johnny said, I'm going down to our house. Why don't you come down? So I came down to a junior training night, which I presume would have been a Wednesday. Reg Wardle was running it.
Right.
And I bowled one ball, and he asked me if I could play on the following Monday. That's not like a signal of how good I was.
Yeah.
It was the sort of the state of the club at the time. If you could play, you were playing. So.
And in those days, did they have did they just have an under 15s or did it?
No, we had 13s.
definitely on the 13s, yeah.
So not I think when I started playing, they didn't have an under 11s.
They probably had under 17s and given to them back in.
No, I don't think they did.
I think
it came a bit
17
later.
started more because Matt took us under
Yeah.
17s because I think it's the only time I've opened batting for us.
Right.
Pinch missed, rotten still. Missed was over. Where the missed, yeah.
Oh, that's good. What did Matt say?
And Johnny. Or we went down Padmas.
He didn't lend me a tenner.
And your shoes. And
But the first game I remember playing at Lowerhouse was actually for Ted's school. We played in the Craig Eaton.
Yeah.
It was the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Craig Eaton Memorial final.
And we played in the final down here against Abergum.
Yeah.
Amadam.
And to be fair, I think it was a partnership.
Yeah.
We played pairs then.
Yeah.
And me and Joe only 2 probably didn't get out. I think we got most of their team out and scored out runs.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Didn't we?
Auto catches, everything.
Yeah. And wearing chinos and a white Right.
We played.
You wore a school shirt. I had a Puma polo shirt.
Nice.
No cricket gear.
No. Just a team kit bag.
I didn't know about with pads and
No.
stuff like that.
Really?
It were 90s.
What did you play? Like a wind ball or a proper?
No, it was
proper cricket ball. We must have been wearing pads. It was proper.
We had buckles on.
Wouldn't have worn a helmet.
No, Joe, no.
I always joke we Will Driver. Ted's played Habergam, Craig Eaton final down here, and I got Will out with a double bouncer, and it stuck. So yeah, that's Michael instead.
Never looked back since, has it?
Nope.
The reason I asked you about the helmet was I've seen a picture of Will playing a sweep shot as a child without a helmet on in a game.
Will
Driver.
He's about 10 years younger than us as well, though.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
31.
Therefore,
What's your point?
that would highlight that even later on they weren't wearing helmets.
Right.
So
which
you
means
might
it
not.
let more likely that we weren't wearing helmets.
Chest infection or an head infection.
I think that
I'm
says a lot.
supposed to be intelligent, but
Do you want a quick helmet-related anecdote?
Yes.
Another school game. We were playing against Arby Bank, and Gav Shields was playing, even though he's a year younger than us. And Paul Stansfield, not our Paul Stansfield.
Yeah,
The real,
the real Paul
He's
Stansfield.
good at Paul
Yeah.
Stansfield. Good at football.
Please stand up.
Stansfield.
That's one.
The one who laughs sometimes.
What's that?
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Stop the ball.
Sorry, Paul. Both of you.
Go on, Joe.
But anyway, he hit Gav with the slowest bouncer in the history of cricket.
Really?
Obviously, Gav, soft as shit,
Yeah.
went down like he'd been shot. And
Any tears?
and his dad bought him an helmet the following day.
Dave Shields ran on. Dave ran on,
Yeah.
sure, right. Yeah, it were a nasty blow. I mean, his jowl, they haven't stopped swelling since.
Could have scored that, yes.
It were a nasty blow.
Well, we got on Saturday actually, and he asked me to say to you, Jez, that that article that you wrote about him, Unsung Heroes, he's still not happy about it.
Right.
And if he gets the opportunity, he's going to get you on Edway collection box again. Again. He definitely said again.
Now, did you record it?
No.
Well, let's get him to say it again.
All right,
I'll
okay.
never say it again. And also, I didn't write the article.
Well, he
I
thinks you
would
did.
never criticise Gav. It was...
It was sent in from an anonymous Gmail account, and I've never had that before.
no.
Wow. A Gav mail account.
Should we be printing that?
Well,
Gav is seriously, he's a little bit upset by it. I wonder whether we should...
the Unsung Heroes piece, not the Paul Hargreaves piece.
not that piece. Maybe we should have like a formal apology to Gav.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we can do it here, but
It's not the time or the place. One last question that came in from Gary Curzon for both of you. What on the subject of junior cricket, who's the best junior you've ever played against?
Well, there weren't. It didn't seem like there were many like megastars around when we were kids. The only thing I remember from opposition teams when we were juniors, Chris Willen used to get 50 against us every single time we played against him.
Yeah.
He was a Nelson and he played a bit for Colne, but he didn't really go on to do much as a first team cricketer. And of course, Michael Brown used to get 50 against us every time we played against him. So probably Michael Brown.
Yeah, like juniors, anybody like from under 17s, because they used to work at Schofield at Todd.
Remember
Alex
Alex
Schofield. No.
Yeah, I think it was the Schofield, not Chris. No, it was for
Alex.
Yeah, Alex Schofield.
yeah,
He were
yeah.
a decent
Yeah.
player. And Lee Daggett were a decent player, weren't
Well, actually, one though, I thought I've just wrote a few down. They're obviously you two, Charlie Cotton, Matt Stanley, Matt Marquis,
they? At the club, you mean?
Gav, who all came down to the club almost together.
Well, they were Gav, Stanley, Charlie. They were all Ivy Bank lads in the year below us. So
Really? So,
yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it was the same year.
No, the year below us, and obviously Stanley were already here, weren't he? Because his brother were here and
Yeah.
his family connected with the
Yeah.
club.
And Matt Marquis as well.
Yeah.
They were all the
They're a
same.
good crew, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
When you think, I mean, some great players there, maybe but one.
Well, I think that probably helped us like stay out here as junior cricketers. Probably helped us stay here. No, because we were like dossing about together,
Yeah, you're all mates.
falling off
going out,
walls and stuff, playing football before cricket, and
drinking.
upsetting adults,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
It was good. We had a good time.
But staying off the computer, staying off PlayStation.
Well, yeah, they haven't been invented.
PlayStation's about then, Jess. Staying off my Game Boy. No, it was Sega Mega Drive, wasn't it?
Yeah, they've barely been invented. Right?
To listen to the Walkman.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's computers. It was glue back then. It's computers now. You know what you do, don't you?
I think you don't need glue.
Right, we'll move on to what a lot of podcasts that I listen to seem to have games in them. I listen to Tailenders. I don't know if people listen to that. That's got Greg James, Jimmy Anderson, Felix White in it from the Maccabees. And part of a lot of their podcast is making up a game every week. So I tasked Jez to go.
By matching, right? And he tweeted us.
He did.
So that's a massive podcast that tweeted us. Amazing.
I tweeted him saying your co-host's favourite club, Lowerhouse, obviously because Jimmy Anderson, and he tweeted back saying get some games into the next podcast. So I tasked Jez with it. Jez has come up with a game. I can play the title music now. So Jez, do you want to talk us through the game you've created / nicked and the concept behind it?
Yeah, all I'm thinking, it's very much in its infancy, and so we use these two as a guinea pigs. So what I want to do is, if for those people who remember the old Mr. and Mrs., is we have Mr. and Mr. And we've got two sensible lads here who know each other quite well. So I just wanted to ask, Johnny's completed the answers to some questions, and I'm going to ask Joe what Johnny will have answered.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. All the best, dude.
Right. So the first one is, who will Johnny say is the best pro he's ever played with?
Well, this is a question that gets levelled at us all from time to time.
Absolutely, yeah, but it's a test of your friendship,
So
of how close you two are.
it's always a toss-up between Ryan and Andrew. Ryan Harris and Andrew McDonald, so he would probably have gone with Ryan.
Johnny?
I put Macca and Ryan, yeah.
Right. So
you can't really split them.
You can't?
Well, Macca was a great pro, weren't he? We obviously won league, and Ryan went on to do great things and love the club and great for a beer.
Well, which one would you pick? Because you've played with a lot more pros than we have. So, you play with Andrew. No, out of them two, I mean.
Oh, those two, right. Because I never played with Andrew. It's probably difficult to say that, isn't it?
And I would have said Joe would have said something similar.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Best amateur. Who will Johnny say is the best amateur he's ever played with?
Bless.
Is that right?
Bless, Jez, I've put.
Oh, that's nice.
Did you not write that in the question? Before you said that across?
He's put here, who was the best
Apart from
amateur Jez you've played with? Who is the best Jez you've ever played with? Jez.
What will you must say about the best amateur he's played against?
Right, that's a bit more tricky.
I haven't played against any good ones.
Used to get them all right, didn't you?
Lots of them smashing all over. Let's make one of your ones say. We're good mates, aren't we?
Yeah, he's good there.
Well, early on, maybe Richard Bagent.
Oh. Average over 30, Richard Bagent. Brilliant.
Well,
What in his life?
In the Lancs, though, you can average over 30.
Yeah.
can I just say something about Richard Bagent?
Yeah, please.
There was once a game down here where we had a sub-pro and we got 9 wickets and 100 runs against Todd, our sub-pro.
Yeah, Mushtabar.
That's it, I said Mushtabar. And he got 9 wickets and I got the only other wicket and it was Richard Bagent. So obviously I stopped the downfall, then at other end he stopped. You're
all
well, I was still running around celebrating because I had him caught top bang.
He got them telling first innings as well, didn't he? So it weren't like you were knackered out.
I think, I might be wrong on that, but I think that was a Saturday.
Yeah.
And we played them again on the Sunday. And we were 50 all out.
50 all out, we had Claude Henderson a pro.
Yeah.
We had boiled potatoes for tea.
Matt Stanley would play.
We were 52 all out. I think they're from like Nicholson or something like that. We were pretty quick. We were 52 all out. We went, you couldn't have been playing.
No, I can't remember Nicholson.
Why couldn't he even play?
So we were 52 all out and I got a wicket and Mushtabar got the other 9.
What years was that, isn't it?
I've
Definitely
got it
still
now.
playing. I think it'd
Really
be
got it.
2000?
It was.
No,
2.
because we were having sub-pros, obviously.
It was.
Kent.
2001.
Oh, John Kent, I reckon, went home.
The team was Swifty and Asim Mushtabar opening. Swifty got 30 out at LBW. Proc 3. Frank 4.
This was Saturday, though, weren't it?
Yes. Jez 5. John Beneduce 6. Both Red Inkers. Matt Hope, Jonny Russell, Matt Stansfield, Mark Campbell, and Gav Shields, number 11. So,
I'd have battered 8 that game.
So which game was that? Sorry?
that was a Saturday, the 14th of July.
What were the scores?
Todd, all out 167.
I hope I didn't get Beijing out now.
Johnny, you did. Cole Proc, 1 for 35 off 11, Johnny. Asis Mushtaber, 9 for 61 off 24.5 overs. Well, that Saturday was Matt Stansfield's first team debut.
Oh, well done that.
Yeah. But you're right, Johnny, 53 all out the day after against Todd.
Yeah.
Claude Henderson were pro. Bit of a team change, or batting lineup change. Johnny, you got a red inker, 5 not out.
5?
Mm-hmm. Up there with your highest score.
Weekend that were.
And yeah, they knocked him off 1 down. Bold, Henderson, caught Jez up. And your figures that day, Johnny, were 9 for 10 off 2. Jez, 9 for 4 off 2. So it didn't really last that long, did it?
Blaise, I remember Blaise telling me a story about that game. Because they were bowled out for 50. Claude Henderson was pro, right?
And Blaise didn't even play.
Did he not? Well, he must have been in the dressing room or something.
He weren't there, or else he'd have played. Injured. Claude Henderson, we got the team talk with 52 all out. There's a boiler spud comes in. Everybody's laughing about this. Matt Stanley literally cannot talk for 15 minutes because that's his tea. They've brought in like 3 sandwiches and a bowl of potatoes. Claude Henderson's like going around dressing room. Right, lads, we can win this. We've got 4 or maybe 5 lads who were on about first team debuts or something like that. With 53. Todd were, they had Priestley and Beijing maybe and like some decent players back then. And we're just like, listen, Claude, we really appreciate all the effort you put in. This is going to be over in like 10 overs.
You just rewind, you said Matt Stanley couldn't talk because he was eating the boiled
There was no laughing at the bottom.
He was absolutely hysterical.
Really?
Yeah.
We once played in a second team game where we got all the tea and we saw this man running from the tea room with his hands round the ball with a tea towel over them, sprinting over at Todd. And he came in and we were thinking chips, maybe, I don't know, some sausages or something. And open it, there's your boiled spuds, lads, and walk straight out.
They love boiled spuds in Todd.
I can't remember.
Oh dear.
I remember him sprinting over like it was really important that we got these boiled potatoes.
Well, obviously.
And I don't really like boiled potatoes, too potato-y. But
you don't like boiled potatoes?
That's for another podcast.
or a jacket potato,
That's
too
a
potato-y.
cookery podcast. Wow.
So the last question is, who would Johnny's favourite amateur be from another club? So I'm coming in eating my pie.
See, my memories of Johnny playing cricket where he didn't really like people from other clubs.
Good.
I don't know, I probably want to bake up lads. We used to get on with them reasonably well. I don't know. I'm guessing Spenner.
Well, I am for that because early on, when I used to play, I weren't bothered about other teams and stuff like that, so I never knew anything about cricket or playing against or how to get to grounds and stuff like that. So I probably only really started taking interest in opposing teams when I was like end of my career. So I put Bentley down. Bentley from Church, Dan Pickup from Burnley's a good lad. There's loads of good lads. They're all good lads out there. All of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Ferguson from Church used to get a week. He's actually all right.
Is it worth recapping that incident for the millions of listeners who don't know what happened?
I'd like to do,
Yeah, Worsley Cup semi-final. Blaise had been smashed all over, cost us game. I helped Gav to his 50. It's a late cut, went for a run. Ball with Craig Ferguson stood in my way, so I just give him a little nudge up way past. And as I grabbed my back to turn for second, he booted me as I ran past him. So I finished run. They threw the ball in and we just had a little coming together on pitch.
Really?
Gav dropped his bat. I'm like, Gav, you need that. There's 11 of them and 2 of us.
And what did vampires do?
They obviously, we got in trouble. I went to the dressing room afterwards and said, I'm sorry about that, they kicked me, so I think I got a 2-match suspended ban.
Right.
Ferguson didn't apologise, so...
It's weird, isn't it? Why would he be so bothered? We were like 200 behind at that stage.
Yeah.
Now, why? You'd just been laughing at the batters, wouldn't you?
He's alright. Craig Ferguson's alright. It was just one of them heat of the moment things.
Yeah, alright.
Maybe he thought I was going to get a 200 of an needed off his over.
John, you ever been banned?
No, I've never been banned.
I didn't get banned, can I just say?
No.
Suspended.
Suspended.
Suspended ban.
You don't take after your brother.
I've never been banned. I have a very clean record. I always go into the umpire's room before a game and shake both their hands and I say, have a good game.
Dear, oh dear.
Shake their hands.
Shake their hands.
Right.
And always very pleasant, just because you need them on your side.
It's the right way to be, isn't it, Joe?
Well,
Just be
I mean,
nice.
I think that it's...
I've never been banned either.
No?
Never.
No.
Ditto?
Yes. No, I never got banned.
Never close to being
Never got
banned.
caught.
No. Never got caught.
You were never a sheep, though, were you, Jess? So. What about, obviously it's your game, I don't want to jump in. Joe Beneduce, what would you say your favourite ever innings was, as yourself as a player? I've got one in mind.
Which one is it? Or do you want me to say first? It's not an obvious one.
Is it not?
No, it's a Burnley game down here when me and Blaise were batting at end.
Right.
We needed about 30 or 3 overs and we did it in 2. That
How
was
many
my favourite.
Put it over at Clubhouse.
No.
You needed 50 off 3 overs, I think.
It wasn't 50 off 3 overs.
That's
It was
well
not
that.
50 off 3 overs.
You can look support these days,
Absolutely
Joe.
smashed it off Behardien or whatever his name is. Absolutely smashed it.
That was my favourite. Which one were you going to say?
Rick Rishton, where you won this game.
I didn't win this game.
2005, we were about 60 for 6, weren't we?
Yeah.
30 for 6, and you came out and smashed a
Yeah.
60.
That was a good day.
Yeah, good season, that.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to ask us a bit more about that season. I swatted up on it.
2005.
Yeah.
No, things went well.
Yeah. Boring, isn't it, when things go well.
Yeah, what do you think it was going to be part of the Mr. and Mr. quiz?
Well, it's since infancy into when I wanted it to be a little bit more dressing room based, but I got advised not to.
Yeah. Sorry. Maybe next week, Jez.
Yeah.
I put my hand up for that. I apologise for that. Jez wants the fans to know what it's like in the dressing room. But,
But Johnny's
as a player, I just thought that was somewhere sacred to us. But we did. I mean, certainly in that era, we got involved with fans, didn't we? So we chase the ace with them and
yeah.
carry them home and stuff like that. Just to get involved with.
As our first guest, then, who would you like to see on the podcast playing this same game?
There's not really anybody I'm interested in.
We thought of Rusty and Stan.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that'd be funny. Yeah, any of that era would be good.
Yeah.
I'd love to get Iggy on this.
Iggy, yeah.
I think he'd be brilliant.
They'd have some tales, wouldn't they? They'd make them up. They'd have some tales.
Yeah. Shez, but he won't come on when he's too big.
Shez would come on. He's more than willing to come on. He just needs to find an appropriate
Adult.
guest to join him. I have a question about your debuts,
Right?
if you can remember them. Don't worry, Jess.
Start with Joe.
Can you remember your debut?
I can't.
Right.
Mine were longer ago. It took me a bit more to remember it.
Mine was it longer ago?
Was there anything that you thought was particularly notable?
Yeah. Move on, next question. It was against Burnley down here. And Nicky was captain. James Anderson was playing for Burnley. He must have been about 11. Nicky brought me onto ball from Park End when they were loads for none. And my first 3 balls got hit for 6 back off my head. Or it might have been 2, it might have been first 2. And the batter tried to do it the 3rd time and Blaise caught him on edge. So my first wicket in League history was 0.3 overs, 1 for 12.
Paul Killinan was the first person who got out.
Oh, well done, John.
Killian.
Yeah, he could
Paul
spell
Killian.
it. Yeah, he could hit it a long way.
46, you're on.
And then they got, from memory, they got maybe 180, 190.
180 exactly.
Right, and Nicky was not out at the end, having Orton batting.
78 not out, 181 for 5.
Oh,
Well, we got
that's
some grief that day, didn't he, Nicky?
Mm.
Off James Anderson.
Did they?
Yeah. Did he not? Is that not the story? Nicky battled all the way through, didn't he? Because I think he did it 2 or 3 times in 2 or 3 weeks. And he would call him all sorts, and he was batting for like 40 overs.
Anderson 1 for 46 off 10.4.
Who else from our team that day?
So Johnny played. Our batting lineup were Nicky and Frank opening, Martin Pro, Blaise, Charlie, Simon Payne, Jezzo, Jonny Russell, Joe Beneduce, and what says a lot is we had 2 unknowns.
Oh, wow.
So I batted above Joe.
Well, no, you both did not bat. But you and Johnny both bowled 16 overs. 3 for 55.
Oh, ball Johnny.
Yes.
None for 47, Jez.
You were probably bowling uphill, Jeff, into win.
That's interesting at your debut, though, Joe, because it just reminded me about my brother Matt's debut. He denies one of these instances, but I'm 99% sure his first ball he faced, he was out. First ball he bowled was a wide, and the first catch that came to me dropped it at Colney Way.
Which one does he dispute?
I think it's the drop catch. I think it says he caught one before it, but I've no doubt he'll tweet some obscenities tonight after 12 pints of Stella.
Johnny, I've got yours up. Do you know who we're against?
Church away. Right?
Church at home.
Yeah.
You made Church away.
No, I went to the away dressing room because it was the first game.
To shake all their hands.
Well, it weren't hands back in them days.
All right.
Rules were different back then.
It
Go on, young lad, get in there.
98, and obviously the rules are different because Church declared 153%.
That's the season when we played 45. I'm pretty sure if I bowled, did a low bowling away, I would have gone for 12 and over for the first 2 or 3. And then
The second change, none for 25 off 4.
Nicky probably sat me down in a change room afterwards and said, listen, keep going.
The match was drawn. They got 153 off 53 overs. We got 151 off 40 overs. Yeah, nonsense cricket. Right, okay, so let's move on. In our last podcast, I got historical game out of the archives, and it coincidentally...
With me going for about 150.
Yeah, so it's Jez's turn. Go on.
Can I just say I was a bit panicked like when we got asked to come on. I listened to that first podcast, I thought, I'm going to go through all these bad bowling figures and stuff like that. But then it said on WhatsApp message, it's only going to be an hour and a half, so I thought, I'll be all right then.
The game I've actually picked is your debut.
My debut?
Yes, I have.
Now, interestingly, that game
How were ill?
is... No, I was fine.
Right.
But it was really memorable, not for any of the cricket. It was in the warm-up, Finchy took Paddy to go and do some like throwdowns. And the
Finchy took Paddy to throw balls in, you mean?
Yeah. And the first ball Finchy hit, it hit one of the benches and smashed the window, to which Finch ran off and blamed Paddy.
Is that true?
But I don't know.
But I know it were away there.
Enfield away.
Straight through their window.
The reason I picked it, I did a bit of research looking for crap games or when you might have dropped some, but they don't show it, do they? They don't say you're dropped all these, so there's none of that happening. But I have a look, and it's all credit. I think it's fantastic that your first victim is a fantastic player, Adam Bracewell. Stumped Joe Martin. Bowled Paddy, and how many were he on?
49.
Exactly. So what happened with that? What happened with that ball?
I think Bracey was batting very well at the time. And then it just came down the track, and he didn't try and hit it. He just sort of like prodded at it, and he missed it. And I caught it and stumped it, and thought, well, and that doesn't happen very often with Paddy. And then so it was remarkable. I remember Chaz lifting me up.
No, I mean that is a great, it's a great memory, isn't it?
I think the next victim was Simon O'Loughlin. He was off Paddy as well, because Paddy took 4 wickets and he didn't bowl the week after.
Did he not?
No.
Tough school, isn't it?
Very tough school.
You were captain that year, Joe?
Chaz? No, I never played when Joe was captain. There was also a run out in there as well. I can't remember who I run out, but I took a one-handed catch and But Ian Butler was pro,
That's right.
and I can't remember if that was the day that. No, we didn't bring Joe into the slips that day. Actually,
So what you were like 2006, something like that?
2009.
Was it that
right,
way?
yeah.
2009. That
So what happened then? So that's a stumping and you caught one and a run out.
And a run out, yeah.
What happened?
What do you mean? What happened?
You carried on playing cricket.
Now we won that game. Blaise got 39, I think, or he got 30 odd, definitely.
39 right.
Yeah, I can remember because I think he had a bit of a bad calf, but he just sort of measured that game. I can remember that game as well because Butsy were giving out like batting gloves and stuff, and he gave Blaise a pair of aero batting gloves and he couldn't move his hands in them. They were like boxing gloves. Do you remember that game?
Yeah, well, did they do square?
Yeah, and you couldn't move your hands in them.
Did Johnny play, Jess?
Yeah, he did actually. Yeah.
How many wickets?
We'll leave it. We'll leave it at that.
We were never happy hunting ground Enfield. I think the second team career started there.
Fergie played that game when he played at Enfield. Craig Ferguson played.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you opened the batting.
Yeah.
I thought you meant Fergie.
But you know, what a great achievement that.
Oh, thanks,
You
Jess.
know, how did you celebrate with your brother?
I don't think we talked to each other actually. Now I think about it.
So what happened? So you run to balls beautifully
He
floated
bowled.
off spinner.
And I just caught it. This is
Yeah, but
when- this is when
afterwards, so
I-
you stumped it,
afterwards,
and then,
after I
yeah.
stumped it.
Charlie's lifted you up. Surely
Yeah.
you must have said, "Well bowled."
No, I think that was at
Bro.
the time of some kind of gangster. At a time when the source of Paddy didn't speak at that time. I don't think he wasn't
Right.
quite as angry then.
What, to everyone? Or just
He was
you?
very quite well. He didn't really speak to me anyway.
Didn't know.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a really interesting day. Now the next game.
Yeah, answer this
Oh,
question.
sorry, what question was it? How did you
How did you
celebrate?
celebrate?
I don't really recall. I think I was just sort of amazed by the fact that I was playing in the first team.
Can you remember why you were playing? What
Yeah,
happened?
Jack had broken his finger, and I was supposed to play the week before against East Lancs or Burnley. It was one of those. I can't quite remember. But Charlie thought that the balance of the side wouldn't have been right if I played, so he kept wicket. But then I kept wicket.
one.
and then I kept wicket the week after and then I think Jack finished this season.
So how did you celebrate?
I can't remember.
Just loaded question, was it? Or
No, it was just really to get that relationship between you and your brother. You know, your first wicket at such a tender age, your brother's bowl, and I thought you might have.
Well,
at
this
least
actually, you've
smiled
got to
at each
also
other.
remember that this is the first time that I've probably actually kept wicket to Paddy in senior cricket.
But you never in the hallway or in the garden.
I know we always played against each other.
Right.
So at that point, he wouldn't have known that I would
You
go on
could
to
catch.
drop so many catches and miss so many stumpings for him. It's happened a lot. I reckon I'd be on 400 now if I had to drop so many.
Really.
Yeah, it's not good.
So obviously a very memorable game. Lowerhouse went on to win that game, but then it prompted me to have a look at your profile in the Lancashire League. Have you read it, or you clearly wrote it?
Well, I did write it, yeah. I can't really recall how much I
Bowling
wrote it.
style,
Bowling style. Leg spin?
right arm, medium pace.
Yeah, I mean,
It's hard to dispute, isn't it?
I used to bowl a healthy full toss.
how was it
I
interest?
think my idol that I picked were Jack Russell.
Hang on, we could.
Oh, sorry.
So
Oh, carry on.
you're happy that you put medium pace?
Well, I think I'm a bit of a kind of chameleon with my bowling. I can turn my hand to anything and not be very good.
Tell us a funny joke then. So then your nicknames,
Yeah.
Dennis.
Dennis. So that comes from Will Driver calling. We used to have a game on the PlayStation
Right,
called Pro Evolution Soccer,
right,
and Pro Evolution Soccer,
Right.
and they didn't have the naming rights to players. So at that time, it was called Dennis Irwo. It was actually Dennis Irwin. And because I had quite fuzzy hair, and I still do, I guess, but I looked a bit like the character, so he called me Dennis.
right. So it will drive up.
Yeah. And that sort of carried on to like Dirty Den.
Do we need a story there, or should we just leave it up to your next nickname?
I think it was in relation to the EastEnders character.
It was dirty.
I don't know if he was dirty. He died twice, I think. Leslie Rampant.
What?
Who was he married to?
Angie.
Singer in Queen or a guitarist in Queen?
I don't know.
Another nickname?
Yeah.
Tony Blair.
This is a slightly vague. I think I was called Tony Blair because somebody found a picture of a very young Tony Blair,
Right.
and they said it looked like me. It's not down to my left-wing politics, although I guess I'm a bit liberal.
Head.
Head.
Oh, it's Tony Blair head.
Tony Blair head. Not just head. Yeah. Head.
Let's have a look at the young Tony Blair.
Yeah, I mean,
It's actually Tony, comma, and then Blair head.
Blair head. Yeah, Tony for Tony Blair. Blair head because of his hair.
Weight, take, stone. You happy with that?
I'm about 9 now.
Yeah. It goes through all. Then cricketing honours, it goes on to about 14 pages, so you clearly wrote it yourself. Then you talk about taking 5 wickets.
I did. Now, I was the first junior at Lowerhouse to take 5 wickets.
Whatever.
Yeah. In Stan's book.
Right.
Right.
Your theories on cricket?
Jeez, a lot of time.
I'm not sure what they are.
Always shake the umpire's hand.
Always shake the umpire's hand, yeah.
Get out what you put in
Yeah.
and listen to Uncle Nigel.
Always listen to Nigel Brown.
Right.
Cricketing heroes.
Finchy, I bet.
Musser's mate.
Stan?
Yeah. Then a ridiculous cricketing superstition. Do you still do that?
I don't know what it is. But I always put my left stuff on.
Leave my gear in my bedroom the night before I use it.
I don't do that anymore.
You know.
But I frequently had, if I've got something new, I will put it next to the side of my bed.
And then the final one for me is height.
Does it say 5'7"?
Yeah.
It's not 5'7". I would take a punt at maybe 5'6" or 5.
Yeah.
So I'm about an inch out,
Yeah.
but it matters.
And that's it, thanks, John.
Oh, great. I was a lot younger then,
Yeah.
not quite as...
You used to have to write your own though. Now your captains write them, don't they? I think.
Captains put a spiel at the end, don't they?
Well, Joe Beneduce wrote my initial one,
Right.
but Ben replaced them all with much more serious actual ones of content.
Do you want to know what Ben put is a bit heavy?
I think it's about...
Jez, have you
how,
taken a picture of a computer screen then?
Yeah, because I can't get on balls, can I? A solid pair
of hands.
of hands.
All right, okay.
Behind the sticks and always available.
I haven't missed a game for 9 years. Any format.
Can never ask for more from Joe. He always gives 100%. Dynamics of the side may change for 2020, and I Joe hope adapts to the new wicketkeeper.
I've frequently said, if at any point they get a better wicketkeeper, then feel free. I don't mind playing in the twos or, just going running.
Don't be ridiculous.
I think I know what the dynamic change might be.
Well,
I don't know if you know, but a long time ago, I was stopped from being vice captain of the first team because, amongst other untruths, I was told, because the main reason was I never spoke about cricket. Because, I didn't really like it, so I didn't really talk about it. So,
you were just bloody good at it.
That was the main reason why I went like to be vice captain. And now I've been invited on this podcast to show how knowledgeable I am about cricket and talk about it. Maybe that vice captain berth might be there next year.
Yeah.
For you?
I think, yeah.
All right, okay. Sorry.
We'll be there
What
someday.
circumstances in it being taken off you?
It never got took off, mate. I mean,
All right.
Jez, it was the absolute right decision.
All right,
Don't get me wrong. It was just, the way it was spun to me was a little...
He was a captain at the time.
It did me a favour, really, because it was the fateful season of Finch being captain. So, yeah. But I took it all on board. You know what I'm like, Jez. I just take it on the chin, take it on board, don't hold grudges.
Yeah.
Got me coaching badges.
Yeah.
Went on to be vice captain for Charlie.
Yeah.
League winners medal.
Yeah.
About two.
Right, good.
Okay. So, conscious of timing of length of the episode, we said we never really wanted to go over like 40 minutes.
No.
So we've done 50 already. The last episode took me a couple of hours to edit, so I'm sure I can get some and some of Joe Martin's swearing out of it. Anything else?
I'd like to mention some games that John Beneduce played in.
Okay, go for it.
You got that text then, did you? Yeah.
When I first started in the first team, 2009, I was in and out because Jack was coming in and out, and Charlie was wicket keeping sometimes. But I played in a game at Todmorden in 2009. Now, we didn't win the game. Matt Doughty dropped the pro. He got 100. But that game was also notable because 2 days before, Joe Beneduce had been to the gym. he'd been to the gym, and he'd come on the Saturday or Sunday, and he couldn't move his arms. He genuinely couldn't move his arms. He was like they were attached to his sides. So we
put him. My arms. I could barely move. Full stop.
So I can remember him running on the boundary edge with his arms not being able to move, down by his sides. And then he went to pick the ball, and there was like a run-out chance. And I can remember him just lifting his arm and sort of kind of just flinging it, and it just going about 3 or 4 bounces towards me. It was one of the funniest days I've ever seen with his arms just next to him. And he just couldn't move them.
What happened? Why was it like that?
You just said he'd been
Into the gym.
Yeah, but what?
I think it was the first time I'd ever been to a gym.
Oh, right.
So I didn't know that, if you like lifted weights cold, you then would be incapacitated.
I think he pulled his shoulder trying to reach the key at lock.
Ben
got stuck.
Whacking it. Nobody in there to give her a leg up.
No, it was a bad day, right? Because I didn't know when I woke up that morning how bad it was going to be. So I thought, well, I'll probably lose something today, so I'll play. Obviously, I'm not going to cry off because I'm stiff.
No, you couldn't do that.
So I played in midfielder first, which I don't know whether that was a good thing or a bad thing. Probably bad because I had to run around for.
But then he pumped some massive sixes.
I started loosening up in second.
Yeah,
that same game.
That same game, I battled with him at the end, and I had to wear Matt Doughty's helmet.
As you can imagine, I got quite a lot of stick.
Yeah. But no doubt, now you Popeye, the sixes were coming out the.
No, we didn't go again.
Did you not?
I have been back.
Never again.
And we lost the game by 2 runs when we run out. But anyway, it was rain affected, and Joe was fielding at third man, and anywhere their players hit it, it was going to Dooch, and they were running 2 or 3 at least.
They weren't running 3.
So Chaz kept moving him. So he'd move him to fine leg, he'd move him to backward square, and anywhere the ball would go, they just ran to him every time. And Chaz was getting quite irate and was saying, "Joe, what are you doing?" And dude responded, sort of 50 metres away, "What do you want me to do?" This is just running this round the field chasing these balls. I can remember just catching the ball, just laughing.
Brilliant.
It was the games that I played with Jonny and Joe Beneduce were some of the funniest days I've genuinely ever had. Not just on a sporting field, but anywhere.
Well.
I don't know if that's
anywhere. That's absolutely true.
From us though, because you don't play for it to be funny, do you?
Well, I don't know.
You've got to. You're here all day, aren't you? You've got to.
in for that crack.
Does anybody remember who Joe ran into to knock himself out at church?
Got to earn it.
Yeah. I'm a bit worried that this last 5 minutes is
Happy hour.
Think about an idea
For a segment. Yeah.
Tell us what happened there.
Well, we were both batting together, obviously, and one had just, if they maybe granted, hit it straight, and Joe ran one and turned to go for the second. And as he turned right, he'd turned right, took 2 or 3 sets and looked up and just run right to Grante. He was like a foot bigger than him as well. Joe's helmet off came off. He was just sparkle in the middle of the wicket.
I was doing what you're supposed to do when you're running. I wasn't looking in front of me. I was looking to see where the ball and the field were.
Okay.
So I've turned, looking over that shoulder, if you will.
There's another run.
Yeah. And Meantime, Granty's called me through, so I'm sprinting, looking, and I've just gone into them.
I promise you, I did not laugh until he moved. Promise.
That happened to me at Rishton. I ran into Blaise, and I got run out because my helmet got pushed over my eyes and onto my nose, and I got run out because I couldn't see where I was going.
Right, I think we'll probably wrap it up there.
Yeah, nothing else to report.
Right, okay, so you can follow us on Twitter at HousecastPod. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts and SoundCloud because you get an update as soon as it gets released. So hopefully we'll have this edited now in the next couple of weeks. Take all the swear words out and then we're right. Thank you very much.